Hello, everybody. This is MoveEasy Yoga. Today is June 22nd, 2021. This class is being recorded and will be available on my YouTube channel. Let's start in the ordinary fashion, lying on your back, knees bent, feet on the floor, or you could have your knees bent and your feet up on a chair, whatever you choose. Just watching your breath, bringing your entire being into the room. Just breathing in and breathing out. Feeling the support of the floor coming up to meet your back. I know that I'm supported. My body supports me, my breath supports me, the floor supports me. Let's start with the vagus nerve reset. You can put your hands behind your head if this is comfortable for you, or otherwise on your belly or by your side. Without moving anything but your eyeballs, and your eyes can be open or closed. Shift your eyeballs to the right and wait for an involuntary sigh, swallow, yawn, or gulp. Return to the center. Shift your eyeballs to the left. Come back. You're going to do this 2 more times. Right, left, right, left. Shifty eyes without my cueing. whenever you're finished, we're going to do a breathing practice. I'm going to describe a breath called Ujayi breath, which we haven't done here before. What you're doing is breathing, and you're constricting your muscles in your throat just a little bit so that it sounds like the wind or the ocean. So it's just a small constriction. It's hard to know, but I think you can find it for yourself. Just experiment with it if you haven't done it before. It's your breathing, but breathe with a noise. Inhaling and exhaling, Ujayi breath. When I was
the sound is for the inhale and the exhale.
And both. There's a sound. There's a whispery kind of wispy sound that is made because of the contraction. It's very kind of subtle. When I first started when I first started training for a yoga teacher, and also before that, this was very popular. It was a fad, I think. I don't see it so much anymore, but so sound of the ocean, Ujjayi breath. Some teachers cued this for throughout the entire class, Ujjayi breath. Do a couple more. And then go ahead and bring your hands behind your back. Again, we're going to do head ramping, supine head ramping. Interlace your fingers or stack them. You can also do this on a set of therapy balls or a sponge ball. Whatever you're doing, press the base of the skull, the occipital ridge, back to the floor. The chin tucks, but you don't tuck your chin first. It tucks as a result of the backward ramping. And then just hold. And keep breathing and then release. We're going to do 6 more of those. This creates traction in your cervical spine, releases neck and shoulders, counteracts anything we do with our phone, forward head. And then whenever you're finished, we're going to do hypopressive. We're going to do the prone or the prone hypopressive. So get up onto your hands and knees. And then drop to your elbows and create a triangle with your fingers, interlaced fingers and your elbows, and put your head there. Try to get, you may want to bring your knees a little farther back so that you can create a lot of length between your hips and your head. It's long spine. 3 breaths. We're going to do this 3 times. 3 breaths and then holding your breath out. No breath. So finding this shape, proning. It's a proning hypopressive. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last one, make it good. Inhale. And exhale all the way out. Hold your breath out, no breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Whoops, that's enough. Just drop into a resting child's pose for before we go to the next one. Now this pose, I need to say for Irene, this is a waist whittler. It's also pelvic core and pelvic floor work. It helps prevent or treat incontinence. And it helps with the pelvic floor, and it also helps with prolapsed organs. It moves them back in place. It's better, in my opinion, than the traditional crunches, which actually push organs down. This pulls organs up. The breath holding part, holding the breath out, pulls the organs up. You should feel the rib cage widen, the organs pull up, and that's the work. Inhale, come on back to the position, and inhale, and exhale, and inhale, exhale. One more, inhale, and exhale all the way out. Hold at the end of this breath, hold the breath out, no breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I think I think Irene is having trouble getting down on the floor. So you could be up, put your arms up in another position, Irene. So you could, if you can find something comfortable, maybe put your arms on your couch so that you're comfortably quadrupedish. Actually, you can do the same move, 3 breaths, and then the no breath. You can do it almost anywhere. You could do it seated. Obviously we do it supine. Okay, come back up into the original position. Or something comfortable for you. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Last breath, inhale. Exhale. All the way out. And hold your breath out, no breath. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. That's it. Drop into a child's pose. Caitlin says she does this classic, basic supine hypopressive instead of this one. So yeah, I think this is not always available to people. Find your way across. Find your way onto your back, we're going to do therapy in the neck and jaw series with therapy balls. Do you, Irene, do you have tennis balls? By any chance? I can't, you need to unmute yourself so I can have this conversation. Can you unmute yourself, Irene? You're talking, but I can't, there you are. Do you have tennis?
No, I don't. This is what I have.
What are they?
Sponge.
Little sponge balls?
Yeah.
If I were you, I would get a sock and roll up one sock into a sort of a ball in the toe of the other sock and use that for now. I saw Irene last night. I wish I had thought to bring her some therapy balls, but I didn't. Okay, so everyone has a set of therapy balls and hopefully a yoga brick. Or Irene will probably be using a rolled up sock in a sock. 2 rolled up socks in a sock, Irene. Okay. Sorry. Now she'll never come back. We do use therapy balls a lot in this class. So lie on your back with your balls in the tote, together. I was thinking I should skip this because Irene doesn't have balls. I think I should skip this. Let's skip this because Irene doesn't have balls, and hopefully she'll get some balls, therapy balls, and come on up. No, let's stay here and let's do some arm and shoulder releases that are very fundamental. You're in your supine position with your legs bent, feet on the floor. Your head could be on a stack of washcloths, a brick, a sponge ball, something comfortable. Your arms, the first thing you're going to do is have your arms go straight up to the ceiling. And we're going to do a scapular protraction, retraction. So this is a movement at the scapula. Do not use your wrists or your arms to move. Your arms will move because your scapula moves. The first move is protraction, and you're going to take the scapulae away from each other, away from the spine, and the arms move up toward the ceiling because of the scapular movement. And then retraction, you're coming back down. I do want to say one other thing, because this is a prop thing. Kathy, why don't you get on your mobility strip? Show people how to use mobility strip with this, because this will allow you a little bit more retraction. If you have it, or you could roll up a towel into a little roll along your back, similar. But this is a mobility strip. I have some. Remind me, Irene, I can get you one. And if you can work with a mobility strip, this will actually, this series will actually help you. You're running it around down the spine. So still going in protraction, the scapula comes away. Retraction, the scapula comes toward each other or towards the spine. And I want you to do about 6 of these very slowly, just being aware of breath and aware of movement. Where is the movement coming from? Coming from the scapula. If you just do this movement occasionally, it will actually help keep the shoulder girdle lubricated and moving properly, actually. Do one more. And now go ahead and keep your arms where they are, and now bring them overhead slowly. Overhead by the ears or as far as you can get them. and then just bring them up. So that's the second movement. Overhead. If you're finding one arm is easier to come down than the other, then you might want to try doing right and left. We'll do that in a minute, right and left. What? Overhead arms. This is called overhead arms. One more. And one back. Let's rest a minute. Just rest your hands on your belly, or no, rest your hands. Take your hands out, out into a cowboy or a cactus pose. So bend your elbows. If this is not available to you, if you can't get your forearm all the way down, just rest it on a pillow or a towel. Rest them, each of them, on a pillow or a towel. This is a great chest opener. You feel it right at the beginning where the muscle meets the armpit, the chest muscle, I'm running out of words today, the pecs. This is our resting pose here. And then go ahead and bring your arms straight up to the ceiling again. And this time you're going to just do right arm and left arm. Just notice that there might be a something different might happen when you're using one arm at a time. Slow is better. Slow is best. One more set, right and left. Go ahead and hug yourself and rock from side to side. So you're holding on to your upper part of your arms, or maybe you can even touch your scapula as you rock from side to side. And then go bring your arms straight back up again and open them up out to the side in a T. Palms facing up, and then bring them back. Feel the work, feel what happens, what muscles are in play when you come back. Maybe you even notice your abs jumping in to help you come back. Inhale out, exhale up, and inhale out, and exhale up. And one more time, inhale out, and exhale up. Hug yourself again, rock from side to side. And then come up to seated, to your favorite floor seated position. The first thing we're going to do is head ramping here. So, well, let me show, since Irene's new, let me show, and since I believe maybe the best thing we can do for ourselves who's just out in the world, off the mat, is coming, sit on the floor more often than we sit in a chair. So, Kathy, let's demonstrate. Kathy's going to demonstrate, and you guys can try to, or practice to, a few floor-seated positions. So the first one is a cross-legged position. Obviously, you want to switch from one leg to another during the movements. And the next one, I call this a Z, easy Z, where one knee is coming straight forward and the other is out to the side. This is a little asymmetrical. You might want to put a towel underneath one hip, like the hip that's drooping, to make that more symmetrical. What else do we have? The knee over knee position, stacked knee position, which I love, especially for releasing sciatica or piriformis issues. And then just sitting or kneeling. This is a kneeling position. So there are lots of others that you'll think of when you're spending more time on the floor. So find whatever you like, and we're going to do head ramping. Oh, the other piece about conversation about sitting on the floor or standing or sitting in a chair is, since we're not supine, one of the reasons I spend a lot of time supine is you don't have to work on gravity, fight against gravity, because your spine is parallel to the floor. But every time it's not, then you have to worry about posture. So whether you're standing or seated or floor seated, you want to try to make sure that your spine is lifting out of the hips and the shoulders are directly over the hips, and open your chest a little bit. Squeeze your shoulder blades together and then engage your abdominals. And those are the points, the 4 points that will help you with your posture. Find a good posture. Everyone's posture is going to look a little different. But stacking the spine, opening the chest, squeezing the scapula together, and then fourth, engaging the abdominals to help you stay there. So finding that, we're going to now do head ramping seated, because we can add a scapula squeeze to it. So with the head ramping, you're working on counteracting forward head, which we do a lot when we are using our phones. And then squeezing the scapula together is actually a postural functional movement. So put your hands behind your head and clasp your fingers, sitting tall with your good posture. And then press your occipital ridge into your hands, and then bring your elbows back so you can squeeze your scapula together. Stay here. If this hurts your shoulders, do something less or not at all. Or just do the occipital ridge ramping. And then just release. You can bring your elbows forward if you want to rest, and then do it again. So make sure you have good posture. Press your occipital ridge into your hands. Your elbows are going to go back a little further, and you're going to squeeze your scapula together. These two things together are extremely helpful for posture and for releasing neck and shoulders, some of the tension we hold in our neck and shoulders. And come on back. We're going to do 2 more. Number 3. Keep breathing. And number 4. And release. And shake out your hands if you like. Shake out your hands. And we're going to do a cervical side bend, and then we're going to do a cervical side bend with resistance. So cervical side bend, you may want to switch the direction of your cross of your legs if you're in a crossed, in whatever position you're in, switch your legs. Sit tall, drop your right ear. I'm going to time this. Drop your right ear to your right shoulder. And just breathe. So your torso should be tall. So the thing that's side bending is your cervical spine, your neck. And now just drop your chin forward towards your armpit to find another stretch at the side of your neck. And just breathe. Bring your chin up, and now bring your entire neck up. Other side, left ear, left shoulder. Nice big stretch. Make sure you're in good posture. Staying in good posture. Drop your chin towards your armpit for a different stretch. These are called cervical side bends. I call them cervical side bends. Chin first and then head up. Now we're going to do this and we're going to add some resistance. So it's an entirely different stretch. Drop your right ear to your right shoulder. Take your right hand and put it on your left ear. Press up into your hand. So, and this is another neck stretch. Just try to get a few different angles, points of view here. And just stay here. We're going to drop the chin forward in a minute, but before you do that, I want you to resist the pressure on your head. Okay, lift your hand off your ear. Now lean forward, drop your chin forward. Now put your hand back and press up into into your hand. So you don't want to have the pressure on your head at the time that you move it. Okay, lift your hand off your head, chin up, head up. Other side, drop your left ear to your left shoulder. Put your left hand on your right ear, press up into your hand. This is it's a side bend with resistance. Cervical side bend with resistance. And now go ahead and take your hand off, drop your head, your chin, put your hand back on, continue thusly. And release your hand, bring your head up, your chin up, and then your head up. Let's do shoulder shrugs. See, switch the cross of your legs or whatever. Yeah, switch your legs, whatever you're doing. Sit tall. This is really important to sit tall. Shoulder shrugs. It's always important, but shoulder shrugs, you're just going to squeeze your shoulders all the way up to your ears as tight as you can get them. And then let them drop suddenly, actually. Now we're going to do this 5 more times. Up, squeeze. And release, drop. Number 3. Squeeze as high as you can go. And drop. 4. Drop. 5. Release. 6. And release. Just wiggle a little bit out of that. Wiggle your shoulders. You can even hug yourself if you want and rock from side to side. We're going to do shoulder clams, what I call shoulder clams. These, this is a resistance, kind of an isometric resistance. You're going to interlace your fingers in front of your head, forehead. Your bent elbows are no lower than your chin. And you can start open. You're imagining that you have a balloon in between your elbows. Let me say something about your hand clasp. So your fingers are interlaced, and then you have a little space between there and when you press your palms together. So there's a little circle that you've created for yourself there. Now, going back to the position and the balloon, go ahead and press in as if you're deflating the balloon, and then come out as if you're allowing the balloon to inflate. And back and forth you go. Deflating. You should feel this in the upper back along the trapezius, which is usually very tight. We have some good therapy ball movements we do. So Irene, if you can get some therapy balls, it would help. But this does similar work, actually. You can experiment with having your elbows higher, but no lower than your chin. And inflating and deflating, and make sure that you're imagining this balloon or this ball, because otherwise it's just a movement. When you do that, it's isometric, it's resistant. And one more. And stop. Just bring your hands down into your lap, switch your feet. Wiggle your hands, hug yourself. And let's do flying pizzas with both hands. Usually we do these side lying, but this is really nice to release the muscles in the rotator cuff. And you should feel this. And so you're going to bend your elbows and tuck your elbows into your waist and keep them there. The only thing you're moving is your forearm and your hands. And so you're moving the arms out, forearm out, and opening up as if you're serving a pizza. Pizza. That's where the pizza comes in. And then come on back. So you're all, notice there's a rotation at the wrist. The forearm rotates. So palms facing each other, and then you bring your arms out, forearms out, and now they're facing the ceiling. And see how far you can get your arms back, because you're going to feel it in the scapula and around the scapula. You should feel this around the upper back, near the shoulders. This is great for strengthening if you have a rotator cuff weakness. This is great for addressing that or preventing that. If you're not feeling it, in your upper back, try to take your arms a little farther up. One more. And come on back. Shake your hands. Shake your hands. Keep shaking your hands. And then take your arms up, straight up. Still shaking the hands. And then stop and feel the energy you've generated for yourself. And now let your hands rest in your lap. Let's come up to standing with a strap, a yoga strap. You're going to be, a lot of times, the first rib, which is right up here, near the, just underneath the clavicle, the first rib gets stuck. If we have shoulder issues, that could be the reason, or could be one of the reasons for some shoulder issues. Now, let's put the strap on the right, over the right shoulder. I'm gonna have to look at my notes for this. Hold on to the strap with two hands, one's in the back and one's in the front. And I don't think it matters which ones, whatever you're comfortable with. But you want to, you're tugging, so you're pressing down to keep the first rib down. That's the deal. And then you're going to drop your ear to your shoulder. It's the shoulder that has the strap on it. And then you're going to drop your chin towards your armpit. And take some breaths. Keep tugging, keep the strap snugly tugging on basically the first rib. And come on back, slowly up. Let's do it 2 more times. We'll switch to the other side. So now tug on your strap, drop your right ear to your right shoulder, and then drop your chin forward. You could do this seated as well. And slowly come back. Chin and then head. Release a little bit. Wiggle your fingers if you need to. And come back. We'll do this. This is the last time we'll do this on this side. Snuggle the strap. Pull on it. Tug on it. Drop your chin. Drop your ear. Drop your chin. And breathe. Chin up, head up. Strap on the other side. Hold on to the strap, one hand in front, one hand in back. Stand tall, sit tall. Drop your left ear to your shoulder and then drop your chin. Chin up, head up. Release for a minute. Come back in, pull on your strap, both sides. Drop your ear to your shoulder, drop your chin. Chin up, head up. Last one. Tug on your strap, snuggle your strap. Drop your ear. Drop your chin. Breathe. Chin up, head up. The next thing we're going to do is at the wall. There's a back bend at the wall, but Kathy, I want you to demonstrate first at the chair. This is a chest opener on a back extension, but some people can't get their arms up and over their heads on the wall. So if they can't, this is the alternative: to sit in a chair, bring your arms behind you. Depending on your chair, find a place where you can, you need to come forward. So you're not really resting on the, there. It's more like that, because what you really want to do is use your arms as sticks that are going to hold on to something, the back of the chair. And the chest is open. Don't drop your head though, Kathy, because that's an extension. So think of your head as being head ramped. And so the chin is tucking, the chest is opening. Come forward a little. Let your arms your chest, so your shoulders are over your shoulders are still over your hips. And then the chest is open. You're spreading the chest and using your arms to help you do that. So this is a chest opener at the chair. It's a little different than the one we're going to do on the wall, but it's an alternative for people. Go ahead and go up to the wall. Chest opener, back extension at the wall. Good for the shoulders and the chest. If you can't reach overhead, do something seated. If you can, you're going to stand with your back to the wall, a little bit away from the wall. Stand in good posture. Bring your arms up over your head. Kathy's adjusting her.
Sorry, what should it be?
She's the producer. Let's see here. Arms up and over, and then onto the wall. Maybe just only the fingertips. Keep your hips directly over your ankles so that the opening is happening at the chest, at the thoracic spine. It has nothing to do with the lumbar. If your lumbar gets involved, you're going too far. You're poking your hips forward and involving the lumbar. So try to keep that part of your body wind up, and then the chest opens in front of you. This requires abdominal work to keep your hips in line. And I should have been timing that, and I wasn't. But I think we've been there for a while. So go ahead and come out of that. And now we're going to do side bend, spinal twist at the wall. So the right shoulder is on the wall, right foot forward, left foot back, bend your elbows, and then rotate your thoracic spine. And I am going to time this. So your hips are looking forward like headlights, and then your thoracic spine is looking rotating to the right. And just breathe here. Just opening up the upper back. make sure your head is comfortable. So you can look any direction with your head, but I want you to have it be comfortable, not strained. Which is always true, by the way. You want to find a comfortable place for your head and neck to rest when you're doing other poses. Switch sides, left shoulder at the wall, left foot forward, right foot back, bend your elbows, rotate. This is a modification of a regular triangle pose, really. With what I think is one of the most important element of the pose, which is that thoracic spine rotation. Slowly unravel, find your way onto the floor into a comfortable, safe, warm position. You may want to put under your head or a blanket. You may want to put something over your eyes. We're going to close with what I always close with, Yoga Nidra 61-point guided meditation. Finding your comfortable place. Starting to notice your breath. Breathing in and out and watching the abdomen rise and fall. And now bring your awareness and your attention to the center of your eyebrows, center of your throat, right shoulder, elbow, wrist, right thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, elbow, right wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of your throat, left shoulder, elbow, wrist, left thumb, second finger, third finger, fourth finger, fifth finger, left wrist, elbow, shoulder, center of your throat, spiritual heart center, right side of your chest, heart center, left side of your chest, heart center, navel center, center of your pelvis, right hip, knee, ankle, right big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, right ankle, knee, hip, center of your pelvis, left hip, knee, ankle, left big toe, second toe, third toe, fourth toe, fifth toe, left ankle, knee, hip, center of your pelvis, navel center, heart center, center of your throat, center of your eyebrows. This completes the 61-point guided Yoga Nidra meditation. Go ahead and extend your legs, bring your arms overhead, start to stretch in both directions and create some space between your rib cage and your pelvis. Stretch and stretch, one side and then the other, both sides. Wiggle your fingers and your toes. Rotate your wrists and your ankles. One direction and then the other. Hug your right knee to your chest. Hug your left knee to your chest. Hug both knees to your chest. Release your lower back. rock from side to side. Whenever you're ready, roll all the way over into a fetal position on one side using your bottom arm as a pillow. And then use your top hand, press it against the floor to push yourself up to seated. And everybody unmute themselves. And I will start my video and remove Kathy from the spotlight and put myself into a gallery view, which you may also want to do. Because we're going to close with Namaste. Everybody find a floor seated position. Bring your hands into prayer pose. Press. We did a shoulder practice today, mostly shoulders, neck and shoulders. Let's press the hands strongly together and see if you can find the scapula by pressing the palms together. Sitting tall. Pressing, pressing, pressing. Hello, scapula. Scapulae. And then release on the palm, the prayer. Make it softer. Prayer pose softer. Lift the occipital ridge away from the shoulders so that you can roll the skull forward over the cervical spine. Don't roll the spine. Don't curve the spine. Straight spine. Skull rolls forward, nods, bows. Notices and acknowledges. We are noticing and acknowledging the light in each of us. And then noticing that we are all one light. And then we'll close the class by saying to each other, Namaste.
Namaste.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Kathy.
I want to say before anybody leaves that I was telling Caitlin, I'd really like it if, or no, I was telling Leslie, I would really like it if everyone in the class could get, I think get these Naboso. This is a ball that opens up actually. There's some really nice handwork along the palm and also squeezing that you can do with this. They're a little expensive, but if everyone in the class got them, I would lead you through some work with them.
Can you send us a link?
Oh, yes, I will.
Can you get it on Amazon?
I'm not sure.
I asked. Okay. Oh,
It's either at Naboso, Naboso, or it's on Amazon. I posted, if you're on my Facebook, I posted an article about this, about these balls and a series that, and Emily Splitchell, who's the owner, of the shop of the Naboso technology. She explained how important it is to stimulate the palms. And anyway, it's similar work to the work we do with feet, along the points, along the hand. But I like, it's better with the prickles. With these prickles, I don't know nothing of other prickles.
You can get them on Amazon.
oh, you can. Okay.
They're the same prices on the Naboso website.
Oh, well then, that's probably easiest, actually.
Are you talking about the unislide?
Yeah.
The what?
Oh, I see. Yeah, I've got it.
That
Okay,
one.
right. Anyway, I'm going to stop this recording.
Thanks, Mom. Love ya.
Okay.